It's on. KHABIB Nurmagomedov will be facing Dustin Poirier at UFC 242 on September 7th in Abu Dhabi. This is the battle camp. Please hit the subscribe button. You'll find it in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. So this is basically the worst kept secret of 2019 when it comes to MMA and UFC. Ever since the UFC announced a couple of months back that they were going to go to Abu Dhabi, it was clear that they wanted KHABIB to headline that show. And it was going to be against the winner of Dustin Poirier and Max Holloway, which happened. When did that actually happen now? What, a month ago? 2 months ago? A few weeks ago? I can't. Fucking hell. There's been that many fights and that much to talk about. I can't even remember exactly when that happened. But anyway, I'm digressing. I hate it when I do that. But anyway, so yeah. So ever since Dustin Poirier won that interim title, they've been trying to make this fight happen. I was in two minds about going down this road, and I'm not gonna address the fact that miraculously the Nevada State Athletic Commission reduced the ban that KHABIB's teammates had, which meant that KHABIB could keep his promise to his teammates that he wasn't going to fight until their bans were over. But anyway, let's not touch that. Let's not talk about that. I'm excited about this fight, man. I'm really, really, really looking forward to it. One, because it happens more often than not when an interim champion in the UFC doesn't actually get to face the full title or the undisputed title holder. Do you know what I mean? The amount of time someone's won an interim belt, Tony Ferguson is a prime example, and then not actually being given the opportunity to fight for the actual full belt against the incumbent champion. That happens more often than not in the UFC. So that's a big positive for me. The other thing that I'm really looking forward to when it comes to this particular fight is, well, let me just tell you first. I was looking at the actual odds for the fight. So let me just go into my phone. And the odds are Dustin Poirier has started off as a plus 350 and KHABIB is a minus 450. So Dustin Poirier is quite a big underdog, and KHABIB is a big favorite. And if I'm entirely honest with you, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I don't actually know what plus 350 and minus 450 means. Like, if I bet a pound on Dustin Poirier, I don't know what my return would be. And if I bet a pound on KHABIB, I still don't know what my return would be. Like, I'm old school. I know what, like, 3-1 favorite, 3-1 outsider. I know what that means. Do you know what I mean? But when it comes to these decimals and shit, I have no idea. But what I do know and what I can tell with those odds is KHABIB's a favorite, and rightly so. Do you know what I mean? Like, in his entire UFC career, the only thing that people have had to say about him is that one time when he got knocked down by Johnson, I believe his name is. I can see his face. I can even see his tattoos, especially that necklace kind of tattoo. I think he was the first person I ever saw that had that necklace tattoo with the cross at the end of it. But hold on. The reason why I'm talking like this is because yeah, Michael Johnson. That's the guy, because I had to go on his Wikipedia page and KHABIB's Wikipedia page just to check it out, because I'd be kicking myself otherwise. Anyway, that's the only time we've seen KHABIB kind of show a sign of a potential where an opponent could beat him. Does that make sense? Like, the other times where we've got excited about KHABIB, or not, let me rephrase that. The only time we've seen a side of KHABIB that we've said, oh, that could be exploited there, is when he's tried to take someone down and not landed the takedown right away. But we all know what happens. He grabs a hold of you the next time and he does take you down. Do you know what I mean? But the reason why I'm saying this to you guys is, out of all of his previous opponents, I don't believe he's faced anyone that will be as tough for him as I believe Dustin Poirier has the potential to be. Dustin Poirier is on a motherfucking roll right now. I've bet against him, and I've actually physically bet against him with money. Not in every single one of the fights that he's had, but over the last 3, 4, 5 fights he's had, I think I've said this in a previous video, I've basically predicted that he's going to lose the fight. And he's proved me wrong every single time. And he's not just proved me wrong, like, not that he gives a shit about proving me wrong, but he's not just proved me wrong, he's looked good in the way he's proved me wrong. Does that make sense? Like, he's shown improvements in his game, and he's emphatically proved me wrong. And anyone else who said that, anyone else that's predicted that he would lose a fight. And I feel like Dustin Poirier will give Khabib the biggest problems that he's ever had in a cage. I'm not saying that Dustin Poirier will win. He's the underdog for a reason, because Khabib deserves to be the favorite. But what I am saying is, I feel like this will be a closer fight than what people are predicting it to be. I feel like Dustin Poirier will have, especially early on in the first 2 rounds, maybe the 3rd round as well, I feel like Dustin Poirier will have enough about him to avoid Khabib being able to grab a hold of him. I feel like Dustin Poirier will be able to use his footwork to not get in a position where he gets pushed up against the cage and taken down. I feel like Dustin Poirier, his ring IQ, his intelligence is very underrated, and Dustin Poirier hits fucking hard in the lightweight division. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to be able to, knock Khabib out, but what I am saying is there's a possibility that I can see ways in which Dustin Poirier can cause Khabib problems. For me, the only thing is, like, I feel like Dustin Poirier does start to get tired, but his heart carries him through. But when you're getting tired and you've got someone like Khabib who never gets tired, just hunting you down and grabbing you by the legs and grabbing you by the waist and trying to take you down, that will sap the energy right out of you. So I think if it goes past the 3rd, there's only likely going to be one winner. But I do feel like Dustin Poirier does have a chance. I'm not saying that it's a 50-50 fight, but I feel like Dustin Poirier deserves more respect. And, like, even though I'm not saying that he's, I'm predicting he's going to win it, I do feel like, I don't know, there's something in the air with this fight. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. Maybe it's just because I'm excited to watch it. Maybe it's because I'm trying to find reasons or find positives for Dustin, because I want this to be a close fight. Do you know what I mean? Because I want this to be an exciting fight. So I'm just kind of subconsciously, I'm trying to think of reasons or ways in which this could play in the favor of Dustin. And maybe when they actually fight, he'll get just taken down for fucking 5 straight rounds and just mauled like Khabib does. Who knows? But I'm excited. And I'm looking forward to this. Let me know what you guys think. Put your comments below. Don't be scared to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. I'll get you guys on the next one.